Let's take a look at what's going on with Dogecoin today, guys. All right, so still watching the same stuff we've been watching the past couple of days. We had, if you haven't been watching though, we had a nice little run up and then we've been getting consolidation, something like that. I'm hoping that we can break the resistance and go up. If we do, I'm targeting from the top of the flagpole to the top to the bottom of the flagpole, the top of the flagpole, drag that to the potential breakout, and I'm looking at a potential target of around .6485. It looks like a bull flag in my opinion. We do still have to break the resistance though, going to the upside. There's a couple different resistance lines that I'm looking at. We have resistance, giving me this trend line. If we could break that trend line going to the upside, the next spot that I'll be looking at is the previous highs or the previous tops. Over here sitting at around .420. If we could break .420, then we could get more confident on this target up here. But yeah, that's what I've been watching. We had a uptrend. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Let me do this. Okay, so we had an uptrend, something like this. Let's see. Where we were on this support. We were basically bouncing on this line. Support, bouncing on the way up. We broke this one going sideways. When we break a trend going sideways or down, this could have been a signal that we might be heading down, but I also like to look at the tops. And then I like to look at the bottoms right here. So if we break to the upside, that gives me more confidence that we're going up. If we break this bottom right here, this support that we got right here, then watch, let me delete this so you could see it a little bit better. Because we got a little, so we came up, we came down to right here, came up, and then, so basically this support is what I'm looking at. If we break that going to the downside, then we could get more confident on downside targets. But we still haven't done that. We're still basically going sideways. So what I want to see us do is break the resistance like I was talking about, and then we can get more confident on that bull flag potential target. I'm also looking at support right here. We're basically in between these two trend lines right here. And once we break one of these ones as well, maybe it'll give us a better idea. It looks like we're testing the resistance right now. Let's see if we can break through it and then break through that second line that I was talking about. But that's pretty much it for Dogecoin today. Let's see, Dogecoin to Bitcoin. We've been looking at this chart as well. I was saying that, so these white lines our previous resistances. Basically, if this chart is going up, it's good for Dogecoin. If it's going down, then it's good for Bitcoin. When we break resistances, these are the previous resistances. If I zoom out, you can see what I'm talking about. We had resistance right here giving me this trend line. We had resistance right here giving me this trend line. We had resistance giving me this trend line. What else? Whoops, let's go back to the daily. Same thing with these other ones though. We had resistance right here giving me this trend line. We actually broke through all of them. Every time we break through these resistance though, the point is every time we break through resistance on this chart, then that's a good sign for Dogecoin. What I was also talking about in the last couple of videos is this line right here was previously resistance where we came up to it and got rejected and pushed down. Now hopefully it can act as support where we come down, touch it, and then get support on it and bounce to the upside. We bounced on it right here, came up, got resistance right here, came down. Hopefully we can hold support right here and then bounce to the upside and then break through this next one and then go to the next one going up. I feel like from here to the next resistance, the next previous resistance is a nice little move. I mean, it gives us, it could be a potential big move if we could break this line right here. And like I was saying, this is Dogecoin to Bitcoin. So if this chart is going up or breaking resistances, then that's good for Dogecoin. All right, let's go check out Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin's pretty much at all-time highs right now. We're at 98,810, super close to 100,000. I can't believe that we're that close to 100,000. I mean, I guess I can, but it's just been, I don't know. I remember back in the day when we were talking about 100,000 potentially, and now it's kind of here. But we've also been looking at these targets over here, approximately 120,000, somewhere around there, because we have a cup and handle pattern. So we have that cup and then a channel going to the downside. Once we break that channel, pattern going to the upside, we could target from the top to the bottom of this cup, drag that to the breakout, and that's where I get that target of around 120,000. But check out, ever since we broke that resistance right there, check it out. Boom, been flying. So, and I was saying in like a while back when we were testing this resistance, is we need to break this resistance, we need to break the previous top, and then we need to break this trend line right here. Once we did all those things, green candles like crazy. So yeah, I'm still looking at around 120,000. Let's see if we can continue to move up there. It looks like we're super close to 100,000, which is crazy. So if you hold Bitcoin, congratulations. Let's see what else we got. Let's take a look at the total crypto market cap. Let's see. Let's go to the weekly or the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour even. I think I was looking at something like this on this chart. So we had like a little rising wedge kind of, and then it looks like it broke through to the upside. So we were bouncing in between these two trend lines. We broke to the upside. Thing that I was doing is targeting from the top to the bottom. I mean, this could be a potential flag, but I don't really love that flag pattern because we had like a big run up and then consolidation and then broke to the upside, continuation pattern. So you could argue that you could drag from the bottom to the top of the run and then drag that to the breakout, which takes us to around, I don't know, let's see, 3.85 trillion. But to be conservative about it, I'm just gonna target from the bottom to the top of the wedge, and then we'll drag that to the breakout. So basically, this is all the money in crypto right now. So if this chart's going up, basically everything's gonna be doing good. Or I mean, it's a better chance of everything doing good. Like I just said, Bitcoin's at all-time highs, so I have a feeling that Bitcoin's going to do its thing, and then the altcoins are going to do their things. They're going to take turns doing their things. I mean, Cardano's been pumping like crazy. We were talking about this. I've been looking at this chart as well. We broke the previous high right here, sitting at around, 81 cents approximately. Ever since then, I'm kind of wondering how far we're going to go. We have to look at the next previous resistances. Let's go back and zoom out. The thing with this, though, is there was the previous resistance right here. The next one is all the way up here, sitting at around approximately $1.21. So kind of like I was talking about on the Bitcoin to Dogecoin chart or Dogecoin to Bitcoin chart, once we break resistance, then we look at the next one, and this one from here to here is like a nice, pretty big move. So we've already, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you could see the price action. Okay, so I mean, once we broke that Fibonacci retracement box and broke out of it, it looks like we've been getting some pretty good green candles. Let's see if we can continue to go. Same with the total crypto market cap. We had a rising wedge. We broke that to the upside. And if you know anything about wedges, usually if it's a rising wedge, it's bearish. And if it's a falling wedge, then it's bullish. But it's not always the case. So like in a bull market, a lot of the times you'll get these rising wedges. It'll be kind of like a fake out and it'll break to the upside. Like I said, usually they go to the downside, but it broke to the upside. So what we could do in that case, same with the total crypto market cap, we could target from the top to the bottom of the wedge, drag this to the breakout, and that gives us a target of around 105. But like I was also saying, once we broke this resistance right here, the next one that I'll be looking at is around .120. Not .120, just 120 over here, something like that. So let's see how far Cardano can go. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Let's see Cardano to Bitcoin. Same with this chart. Let's zoom out with this chart just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about with like the Dogecoin to Bitcoin. Same thing with this chart. This is Cardano to Bitcoin. So basically we have resistance, support, falling wedge. We just saw what happened with falling wedges in Dogecoin. We have this resistance sign right here. It looks like we're breaking that right now, which is a good sign for Cardano. Let's see how far I can go. The next targets would be this spot right here and then this spot right here, the previous resistances. And it looks like we're breaking through, right? It looks like we're getting a breakout. So you might want to keep your eye on Cardano. Like I said, in the Cardano chart, it from the resistance we just broke to the next one is around $1.20. So I have a feeling that it's gonna do a little run. in my opinion. It looks like it's breaking this resistance right here. That's a good sign for Cardano. Let's see if this falling wedge pattern performs on Cardano to Bitcoin. Same with Dogecoin or Cardano to Bitcoin. If this chart's going down, it's good for Bitcoin. If this chart is going up, it's good for Cardano. So let's see what else we got. I think that about does. Let's see what other percentages are doing crazy. Atom's doing pretty good. Cosmos. We had this downtrend right here. Resistance, giving me a downtrend. We broke that downtrend. The next resistance is sitting at around 9.42. The price is around 7.13. The other thing, though, is we have resistance right here, giving me this trend line. Now that we broke this resistance, I think the next spots that I'd be looking at is around 9.46, this previous resistance right here. And if we could break through that, the next spot that I'd be looking at is this trend line right here. Let's say approximately 12.67. So let's see what happens. I hold a little bit of Cosmos or Atom, I've had for a while. But yeah, it got kind of beat down. Let's see. We had a nice big huge run, and then we came down and we went really low. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. Let's see. Let's do something like this. I was doing the Fibonacci retracement in reverse on this one. The 50% level is sitting at around 24.26, which could be like, I like using the Fibonacci retracement chart in reverse to look for a dead cat bounce sometimes. So we'll drag from the top. Instead of dragging from the bottom of the top, we drag from the top to the bottom, and then that gives us levels to watch in a dead cat bounce. So it basically goes up, it goes down really far, and then it retraces up, and then it could potentially go back down. But I like the 38% level always, and the 50% level as well. 38 sitting at 1935. The 50% is sitting at 24.26. This is just another kind of strategy on how to target like a dead cat bounce. Like I said, if it went up huge and then it came down huge, you could get the Fibonacci retracement chart and get the Fibonacci retracement tool, drag from the top to the bottom. Instead of doing it from the top to the bottom, do it from the top to the bottom. So click on the top, drag to the bottom, and then that gives us the levels to watch. But like I said, targeting the 50% level is not, it's a reasonable target. Same with the 38% level. So we could be looking at around $24. Right now it's at $7. How much would that be? That's around 245%, but that's not guaranteed. But these are some of the things that I like to look for on these charts. So like I said, we broke this resistance right here. The next spot that I'd be looking at is around 9.28 approximately. And then the next spot that I'd be looking at is this resistance sitting at around 12.40. Something like that on Cosmos or Atom. I just was looking at that because it's up around 10% today, 9.5%. So that's kind of something that jumps out. Cardano kind of jumps out. I think that's about it though. But yeah, if you're new to trading, go to tradingview.com, or if you're wondering how I do this, go to tradingview.com, sign up for an account, set up your watch list, click the plus button, add your cryptos and add your stocks that you want to look at. And then when you start doing your technical analysis, you can look at these percentages and kind of see what's going on with everything. So let's go ahead and go back to we're on Dogecoin again. It looks like we're breaking that resistance. The first one that I was looking at, resistance, giving me this trend line. Good sign right now. Tested the resistance. That's it. We're breaking through it. Let's see if we can continue to break through it and then also break this previous top. Once we break the top, then maybe we can start flying again and maybe have a potential target of around 0.648. But that's basically what I'm looking at on Dogecoin today. If you guys like these videos, click the subscribe button. If you don't want to subscribe and you like the video, just hit the thumbs up. And if you want to watch the last video, check it out right here. And if you're new to trading, check out this playlist right here. It'll help you get started. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys like the video, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys.